guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're in my 2015 Tesla Model S. This is the 85D. We're going to be changing out the rear toe links on here. And the reason we're changing that out is because we have this thing where I'm not sure if you've experienced it. I know some people have experienced it and changed out their toe links. Is that when you're driving, it's as though, I guess the best way to describe it is when you're driving and it's a windy day and you get hit with those crosswinds and you have to keep adjusting because of those crosswinds. It's kind of like that. I initially was thinking of it like ghost steering, almost like the self-driving mode was kind of like sometimes trying to adjust my driving, and then I'll counter that by adjusting the counter that it was doing. But it was weird. When my wife drove it, she was kind of like freaked out about it. I got used to it, so I wasn't really stressing over it. So I decided, so now I'm going to change out the rear toe links for that. Now I went with the factory ones. And some of you, I know it's recommended to go with the adjustable toe links so that you can stop that excessive tire wear issue that goes on with it. And that's because the toe links on here doesn't allow for a full, complete alignment as you're supposed to. So getting the adjustable ones are the best ones, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm just putting on the factory ones. So the same procedure whether you're doing the factory ones or the adjustable ones. So I want you to sit back and watch the video of me changing these out. Changing out the rear toe links on here. So you got the toe links right here. One is here and there's one on each side. Here's the replacements down here. So I wanted to walk you guys through how I did this. Now I do have some other YouTube videos out here working on my Tesla and doing some, look good upgrades to it as well. So why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there in the corner, and that way you can go ahead and check out some of those videos as well. But for changing out these toe links, I have one used one and I have one new one. You're probably wondering, why are you putting a used one on? So you got the 85D or the D model, you have the P model, and you just have the regular rear-wheel drive model. And on the Tesla site for their parts, they list different part numbers for each one of them. And so they look the same. Some people just use whichever one they have. I don't know if it matters or not, but I want to make sure to get the one that's made for the D model, the 85D. And for that one, it's this part number here. And I couldn't find well, I wanted to get the best price possible. So I got this one new. It was an open box new, so I got a good price on this one. I couldn't find another one out there, so this one had 20,000 miles on it. So I picked this one up, and it came with the bolts too, which is nice. Because from what I understand, the bolt back here, that one may have to be cut, because for some people it seems to hit the side wall because of the way they have it on. You see the nut side is over here, so you have to slide the bolt that way. And for some people, I'm not sure if the year matter or whether it's a D or not, they aren't able to get the bolt out, so they have to cut it out, so they have to have a replacement bolt. So I picked up a extra one too as well. I think I paid 15 bucks for this one, just to be safe and ready for that. Now from what I can tell, shouldn't be too bad. You have this nut that has to come out, and of course the bolt comes out. And then over here too, but the nut is that has to come out, it's kind of hidden behind here. So you're gonna have to kind of work your way back there, and it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of room. So it may take a while to unscrew that one off of there. But other than that, I don't think it's gonna be that bad. When you're taking a look at these right here, you'll notice that one end has a dimple in and one end doesn't. So one of the things you'll notice as far as the difference, see, you do that and that thing don't move. That's a stiff bushing. You go over here and you do that without much effort at all, you see that bushing moves a lot. All right, so the one with the bush, with the dimples, this one goes on the frame of the car, towards the car. And the one without the dimples, the one that's easy to move, that one goes on the knuckle. All right, so I have the nut out. And before taking the bolt out, I want to go ahead and loosen this nut up over here. Because what may happen is, if I try to untighten this nut that's torqued down with this bolt out up here, this whole arm may start moving around, not letting me get the leverage and the torque I truly need. All right, one of the things I wanted you to point out to you guys. So as you can see there, from an alignment standpoint, that little washer, that little elongated washer for the alignment is pointing downward for me. So I want to just make sure to put it back in there in that same way. All right, see, look at that. Started moving real nice and easy. So now I'm going to take this right here and put it on the other side. It's one of those work smart, not hard kind of a thing. That's a ton easier. All right, so doing it this way will save you a lot of headache and make it a ton easier. Well, there's the nut. There we go. That bolt is out. And now it's time to see if that bolt needs to be cut or not. The moment of truth. Get you guys up in here so you can see. I think it's against the wall now, and it's not coming any further. I think there's probably a good another inch of bolt up in there. Here's the bolt right here. So I'm gonna take my reciprocating saw and get in there. And being careful because you got brake lines and everything up around here. think it vibrated so much that it's on an angle enough where it may come on out. Yep, it came on out. There we go. All that was for nothing. It actually came on out. I had it too far out. You see, I got partial way through it, but I had it sticking out so far that this was just shaking. And with a reciprocating saw, whatever you're cutting need to be very stiff. Otherwise, it's just going to go crazy. So I shouldn't have had it out so much. I should have had it most of the way in and been cutting more into this section. But what I learned is that it will come out. You just got to work it a bit. All right, so here's the old one. From what I can tell, that bushing isn't horrible. At least maybe under more. See, I'm getting some flex that way. Let me try the new one, not the new used one, and give it the same amount. Yep, I'm getting a little flex that way. So let's see, the bushing isn't all that bad, to be quite honest. At least maybe when it's on a heavy car and driving down the road, that may be it. And this one down here, I would say it's definitely easier to move around than the other one. Maybe not. That one's pretty easy too. So, all right, well, I'll put these on and see if there's any difference then, all right? All right, so we're going to be putting the new one back in. So for the bolt, we're not going to put it in the same way they had it. We're actually going to put it in the easy way, where the bolt itself is going to go in from this side this time. And what makes it easy, if you notice, what makes it workable is that you see how you have that channel on here? That channel is meant to be able to receive this right here, that elongated kind of washer there, and to hold it in place. So they actually have the channel on this side and on this side over here as well. So you can put the bolt in either way and still be able to get your alignment right. All right, as you can see, I got the bolt in. It's not tightened down yet, but as you can see, the nut is on this side and the bolt is on that side. And that little nut, that little thing sits in the channel. I have it pointing downward. And then the other little washer on this side too as well. All right, now you can see that it's sitting down in there. Putting the nut on. All right, I had did the passenger side first. Now I'm working on the driver's side, and I wanted to see if I will be able to get this bolt out as well without actually needing to cut it. I've already taken the bolt out from the front up here and taken the nut out from back here as well. So now it's just to take the bolt out. Here we go, got it. I would say the trick is, you see how on here, this right here is kind of elongated. Well, I wouldn't say elongated, the hole is offset. I've been using elongated through the video, but the hole is actually offset. And so make sure this is pointed, the big end of the offset is pointing downwards. And take the arm itself, the link, and move it down as far as possible. As you can see, I moved it all the way down here from where it was, and the further you go down, let me move it back a little bit for you guys. The further you go down, the more room you have to wiggle it this way. And so when you're able to wiggle that bushing up there more, you're able to flex it enough to be able to get this on the angle to slide right out. So mine is a 2015. I can't make the comment about all the years, but I can say at least on the 2015, you do not need to, let me state that again. At least not on the 2015 all-wheel drive version, you do not need to cut the bolt. All right, one last little thing to help you out in case after you put it on, you're freaking out wondering, did I put that thing on backwards? Did I put it on backwards? Well, you can easily tell. You see the one way in the back on the frame? You see how you can see the rubber bushings on each side? You got a pretty decent gap in there for the rubber bushings. That's how the rubber bushings on the back ones are set up. If you don't see those rubber bushings, that means you put it on backwards. If you see rubber bushings up here, then you definitely know you put it on backwards. All right, just a little helpful thing to make sure you know whether or not you put it on backwards. All right, I'm on the freeway now. We're doing what, about 70 miles an hour, and it's driving nice and true. Those little adjustments I always have to make to compensate for the shifts that were unintended. I'm not doing that right now. So I give that a 2-3 thumbs up that it was a success. So if you like, definitely hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well, and check out some of my other YouTube videos. Thanks for joining.